morning I've come to my local patch, and this is Longton Brickcroft. It's an old brickworks that's been allowed to fill with water and has become really attractive to a whole range of wetland bird species. It's a beautiful morning. It's ideal conditions for shooting subjects such as this. So there's no landscapes today, folks, I'm afraid. It's just a couple of hours of relaxing fun with the local wildlife. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Anyway, just going to run through the kit that I've got for this morning. So as you can see, 500mm lens, 1.4 converter, obviously camera body. I've got an angle finder just to make it a bit more comfortable on my neck. I use these quite a lot. And also, lastly, most importantly, is the knee pads. I'm going to be spending quite a lot of time kneeling down this morning, so these are absolutely fantastic for doing this sort of thing. So in terms of camera settings, I've got the camera switched to ISO 1000, and the reason I've got such a high ISO rating is because the f4 lens with a 1.4 converter gives me a maximum aperture out of f5.6, and that can lead to slower shutter speeds, especially when you're shooting in dark areas, which is what I'm doing this morning. The camera is set on autofocus, but I'm actually setting the focusing points myself. I find that when I'm shooting subjects like this with trees in the background, I find that when the subject is moving, the focusing points can become confused. So I find that it's better to pre-select the focusing points myself and just override that. Image stabilisation is switched on, and often image stabilisation can introduce shake to the picture, but because I'm using a ball and socket head and I'll be moving the camera around, the camera is mobile, so the image stabilisation will work. We've got one or two things coming into shot now, so I'm going to start concentrating, and got a coot just behind me over there. Just doing a bit of territorial behaviour. So I think we'll shoot him to start. Yeah, that's really quite nice. So with the exposure compensation dialed into -1, I've managed to get the beak perfectly exposed, and there's the trail of water that the bird's just broken as it swims past. The sunlight's caught and left this lovely silvery trail behind, and the bird being black has blended completely into the dark background, which is really nice. The battery's flashing. Always good to have spare batteries. We'll just swap that over quickly. The grebe's still out there, so I'm definitely holding out for him. Full power. That's what we like. Here comes the grebes. Autofocus, quite near too. Yes. Beautiful. Oh, just gone under. Just got the exposure right. I'm shooting into the sun, and one of the critical points with great crested grebes is they've got this whitish breast, and often it burns out. So I've actually got the camera underexposing by 2/3 of a stop, which is just about right on that occasion. Don't know where it's gone though. That's one of the two together. the grebe has literally just swam past from its nest site. It's gone past the front of me, and as it's done that, it's gone directly in front of where I'm shooting into the light. And as it does that, it's beautiful. It actually gets backlit, and hopefully on the way back get some shots of it. I did take a couple of quick shots just there, and it looked gorgeous. It has to come back. It just has to come back. They generally, once they're on the lake and they're on territory, they don't usually fly at all unless they're chasing something, and even then they do it across the top of the water. So just sit tight, just wait. So relaxing. I say that, I've lost my glasses. I tell you, reading glasses. When you need reading glasses, photography is so much more difficult. You got them on, you got them off, you got them on, you got them off. You put them in a pocket, you lose them, and I've lost them. I have no idea where they've gone. Local native. Where are my glasses? God, I hope I've not dropped them in water. Oh, for God's sake, I'll put them away. I'm tidier than I think. So we've got a cormorant that's just arrived. I've never actually photographed cormorant on this lake before, and he's just swimming towards one of the little outcrops on the other side. He's just jumped on the top, just jumped out of the water. Now he's actually really wet now, so he's probably going to stretch his wings, which he's doing now, and shake. Fantastic. And he's backlit as well, which is so much nicer. And you've got some willows just to the back of him that are also backlit, and he's sort of sat in a position where the background's dark and slightly rim-lit. It's absolutely gorgeous. I just hope it translates onto the finished picture that it looks like through the lens. Absolutely beautiful. There he does it again. Got him. Wonderful. You just never know what to expect. So just sitting here, just watching the world go by really, when a group of mallards swam onto the lake at the far end, and I've been watching them for a few minutes, and you've got a female who's being hampered by a group of other males, and I followed them along the lake as they swam past, and they swam into the area where I'm shooting directly into the sunshine, so they're essentially backlit, and as you can see on this picture, they've got the most beautiful effect as the sun's caught all the highlights, but yet the rest of the picture is very, very underexposed. I dialed in -1 stop, sort of trying to preempt where they would go, so that I knew that I would get this nice silvery shimmery surface on the lake. But it looks just gorgeous, all the highlights picking up on the beaks, on the backs of the birds' feathers, and the water surface area which they've just broken as they swim past. And this just goes to show that, you know, a group of very, very common species photographed in the right way, in the right conditions, can look beautiful. Really happy with that. So I think that's it from me for today. Been a really good morning. We got the grebes, we got a couple of nice pictures of the coot, and then it just goes to show you never know what you're going to get when you come on one of these sessions. We had the added bonus of the cormorant that jumped up on the jetty there. We got all the lovely backlit droplets, and hopefully if that looks as good on the computer as it does on the back of the camera, I'll be really happy indeed. So as always, until next time, please subscribe if you like the video. It always means a lot. Click on the like button and even ring the dingly bell, which I'm told is quite important these days. So until next time, see you all soon.